All right, I'm in the Riverside tournament. I'm in the opening round of the rookie division with my 77 account, so this is my main rookie account. And I am not. Some of these tournaments are wild. This tournament, if you really kind of break it down into segments, looking at 9 holes, there's 3 of the par 4s, all 3 par 4s, all 3 par 5s. We need to get eagle on, and we've got to get at least a birdie on the par 3s, and we're looking at minus 15. That's where we want to start. I really think that come weekend round in rookie, anything over a 30, if you're at anything over the 30, you're starting to put yourself in a spot where you could be in a bracket where you could win with a 30. But I think in most of these brackets, you're going to have to shoot better than a 30 and then see where it ends up. You could be in one of those brackets where you shoot a 31 and you come in fourth or fifth, and you could be in a bracket where you shoot a 31 and come in first, and you could be in a bracket where you come in 12th. So it's going to be one of those types of rides. So let's go out there and check out hole number 1. Hole number 1 is definitely, we're starting off with a par 4, and we need to get an eagle on this, and I'm going to do a rough bump on it. And I caught the hole in 1 earlier today in my 77 or my odd account. I was practicing and picked this hole up. Got the Albi on it. Let me set up my trusty dusty calculator here. So what I did earlier is I've been working on the wind on this, and I made a hole in 1 using a -5. So I'm going to take off 5% of the wind. So it's 0.95 times whatever the wind is, divided by 1. I'm taking a rock, and I'm going to take a kingmaker. Now, in the weekend round, let's see, in the weekend round I can drop that down to, I can change that ball in the weekend round, and I think I will. I'm going to really want to be aware of how much side spin I use. And in the weekend round I could drop down to a summit ball and cut the wind down a little bit. Here we roll. Hole number 1. Let's get her done. Get her done, get her done, get her done, get her done, get her done. Hopefully everybody's having fun playing in the tourney. I live in the United States, so we're still going through, and where I live out has been on fire, so we've had really bad air quality. 3.5. It's 3.32 rings. You want to be in this area. My yellow rings on the back side. And I know it takes a titch of top spin. That was about 1 side spin. 3.32 rings. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 2, 5. 3, 2. No, I hit it great to the left. Arrgh! The good news is by switching to a rock in that situation, if you hit that, if you take an extra mile there, if you've got an upper developed rock, it's the club to use. But if you have an extra mile, you can get the same shot done. If you've got an apocalypse, even a level 4, I think your accuracy is better than an extra mile. The most accurate driver you have that hits over 230 is the club you want to bring. Otherwise, you'll have to do either some overpower, or you'll have to, and if you're going to take that shot, really, I would bring out the ball that makes you do max overpower, because that's easier to do than trying to figure out where half is every time. Trying to figure out where half or quarter is. What's up, baby?
Are you doing a full line?
Huh?
Are you doing a full line?
Here we roll. Opponent hit perfect. They were also trying the rough bump. And it runs just a little bit. It's hard to tell when you're doing overpower like that. The shot that I'm taking it, you need to make sure you're through that cup. Oh, and I missed it. Whew. Close. Close. I hate those putts that are side putts like that, where you're looking is off to the side. Not the best putter in the game. See if my opponent can get in from there. Hitting it perfect. Il perfecto. Eagle, eagle. You got to get an eagle on that hole. There's just way too many people that are going to get eagle on this. I mean, you've got to get an eagle. It's part of the minimum. That's how many people are going to get the eagle there. It's very doable. If you don't like taking that rough bump, you can go from the other side with a quarterback. As long as you've got 2 or 3 backspin. I will forfeit. Save some time on the video. Good luck in the tournament. Off we roll. All right, hole number 2. Hole number 2 is going to be at Sunshine Glades hole number 2. Hole number 2. Da 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 da. And I got this one down. It's just all about hitting this one perfect. And just like the last one. 1.1 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.3, 2.25 topspin. Doing the rough bump with a sniper and a marlin. And I do not have any low wind power 0 balls. So I think that's a bigger ball. I don't think I have any. There were some season balls that were out and I had a few of them and I don't have any of those. So I'll be shooting this shot with a marlin all week. So it's just a matter of making a great wind adjustment. But it doesn't really matter what you bring if you don't hit perfect. If you're actually setting the shot up right and you hit perfect and it goes in, obviously something wasn't right. 1.1 times whatever the wind is. My opponent goes first. Let's check out our opponent. Got some banners. Got some jewelry. Very nice. At some point, Andy was an expert. Using a Goliath. And in order to get up there with the Goliath, that's why Andy brought the Titan. To push himself forward. Push the red line forward so that he could get in range. Very close. Let's see if we can beat that by whatever that distance is. 2.7 divided by 1.3. Maybe 2.3 rings. Forgot to switch balls to a marlin. It's 2 topspin. .3 rings. Here's 2, 3. I'm going to have to fire it off. Hitting it perfect. Now it's got a graphic. You're going to have enough speed? Not enough speed. It was giving you the turnaround look at it like it's like, here it goes. Just a bit short. And on the outside. Arrgh. And was definitely 2.25 topspin. I didn't bring my phone out here. I usually use my phone to separate the holes. I waited till the last minute. We were having a big lightning storm this afternoon, and I was afraid I was going to lose internet. So I stopped for a while. And I will forfeit. This next hole is critical. This next hole is absolutely critical. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Good luck in the tournament. All right, I'm going to take a power 4 ball, which is the one thing I'm lacking in my main account. So I'm going to take the drive a little different. I'm going to take a rock. Let's see if I have a bag set up. Take a rock, and I'm going to take a Guardian. I think if I have a bigger ball, it will help my Guardian, and I don't necessarily need the top spin, or excuse me, the side spin. So a 3 side spin ball, I believe somewhere in here, I think that was a power 4, 3 side spin. Seems like I have one ball somewhere in here that's not a 3 side spin, but maybe I don't. Maybe they're all 3 side spin. So which one do I have the most of? That was the power. This was the power 5. And the open ball. Oh, that's a 4 side spin. I don't want to waste that. 2 wind. All right. I will take a season 23 ball. Let me write that down so I don't have to look for it again. Season 23. Let's make sure I picked it. Got the right bag. Got the right ball. Now it's just a matter about going out there and executing. And this hole is absolutely one shot at a time. And the second shot is as hard, if not harder, than the first shot. If you could get over to the other side, and you can. You're playing expert. I was talking to one of my teammates who's playing expert, and you can get over to the other side. There is a hook shot you can do. But only because of the type of winds that you can get an expert. Especially if you bring balls that have, I guess the way that we say it, it would be high wind. They have no wind control. You want balls like the snow globe that don't stop the wind so that you can use all of it. Now that doesn't help you when you're going into the cup, but on some of those holes, it can help you get to the point where it won't make a difference. You're in chip range. I'm not sure where it's going to put me as far as top spin, but I'm going to try and put all of the top spin on. Two, 4. I'm only going to take 2 of it out. I'm going to leave a little bit in because I'm right there on the edge of that sand. Just try and hit it perfect. Hit it one ring great to the right. And if I was going to hit it one way or the other and it still be good, this might be all right, or it might get me in the sand. I'm in the rough. Arrgh! Not a good way to start on that hole. I know with an extra mile you don't have the distance issues. I was hoping with a power 4 ball that I could get up there against my red line and not have to use any of the wind. I should have left more of the wind in. None of that shit matters if you don't hit it perfect. That's the deal. That close. That close to just bleeding out there on the tip and having a beautiful shot and screw it up at the very end. So this green is tough to come at as far as like getting to the cup. And so if you're back here like where my opponent laid up, I mean, it doesn't really matter where you're at on this side unless you're way up there in the front. You got a really tough shot to get to the cup. Even from up there, you got a tough shot. 2-2. Max club. About 2-2. Hitting it perfect. Just trying to put myself up there in the best spot I can possibly get in to try and recover. And that's not, I mean, that's as good as I could have got. after that piss poor drive, but this hole is tough. And I brought a Hornet, and so from where I'm at, I might actually be in my rapier range, which would be better because I've got more backspin with my rapier. So I actually might be in my rapier range. If I am, my rapier at max club is 1.3 per ring. At mid club, it's 2.6. We'll see where I'm at in my club. make some decisions. Whatever it is, I'm gonna have to hit it perfect. That's for damn sure. Need to get some hype here at the beginning. This would be a great shot to make. I'm in my Hornet, and I'm in minimum Hornet, which is 2 per ring. So it's 2 per ring, 4.5. That's 2.25. Oh, 1 ring great to the right. And that was 1 ring great to the right. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Freaking greats are killing me. The deal is that and that's the same deal. It's the grate on the drive. All of that. It doesn't matter how well. If I could have came back and recovered, that would have been awesome. But the whole deal, it all boiled down to blowing the drive. That's why they're 1 shot at a time. I put myself in the best spot to try and recover, but could not close the deal. That is disappointing. Because this is a hole that I would say 80% of the time I get an eagle on it with a freaking Titan. And so coming out with a power 4 ball and not getting an eagle on it is not encouraging. All right, I will forfeit. And go on to hole number 4. What is hole number 4? Hole number 4 is Glen Monarch Estates, hole number 5. Glen Monarch Estates, hole number 5. That is the hole we were just looking at. And I'm actually going at it. I'm regressing. I'm going to take a Guardian. And I can get away with a Navigator. I believe I can. So I'm going to take a Nav, cut the wind down just a little. Taking a Guardian. Let's look at my notes here real quick. So I'm taking a Guardian. It's 1 point, in this account it's 1.1 per ring. Doing plus 5%, so 5% times whatever the wind is. I was at plus 10, but that number wasn't working. So I'm switching to 5 and see where it goes. That way I can go back and compare videos, preferably trying to hit it perfect into the cuff. I'm not sure if I think I hit it perfect once in my practice account. See if my opponent can get up there and get in. This is a hole-in-oneable hole. And I think that there's a bunch of different ways that you can go at it, and I think you've got great opportunities to get hole-in-one. I'm trying to miss that entire section that makes your ball go off trajectory by just going over it. So it's 3.6 equals divided by 1.1. It's going to be 3.43 rings. I'm going to do 7 backspin. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go right at it on that side, so it's going to be 3.43 rings. There's 3, a little less than 5. Hitting it perfect. See if we can just bring it up there and just put it in the cup. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Making up for the last hole. Jeez, I hate having to use something like that. I mean, that's BS. You got to stick to the minimum score thing. That's if you're watching my stuff, the whole deal about minimum score is you shoot the minimum score and you don't have to waste shots like that covering your butt for some hole that you screwed up on. The deal is everybody thinks you got to shoot these perfect rounds where you got to make it on every hole. What you have to do is shoot the minimum score on every hole. And you have to pick up as many of the low-hanging fruits as you can. You just have to, but that minimum score sets you up for it. All right, we're at least back on track, but that blows. All right, now we're on hole number 5. So now we're back to where we got on, but now we're back. We've got another test. Let's go look at this hole. I want to look at it. Is this hole number 7? All right. You cannot hit this. The way I'm setting this shot up, I can hit it. I'm going to take an Apocalypse. That is all I need. And a Katana. I'm going to do 1 less than max topspin. And just in case, let's look at my clubs. Depending on where I'm at down there, is all going to work. I think all that will work. That'll work. The deal is I'm not going to need anything but this and possibly a rapier. Trying to get over right on the fringe in 1. I took the shot earlier today and was over there very nicely, and then on the backside I hit a 2-ring grate to the right and a 1-ring grate to the right. There was enough room. There's probably enough room for at least a 1, if not a 2-ring grate on the left. But there's not enough room on the right hand side. All of it except for 1 topspin. Up against the red line. Taking the wind out. It's 1.5 per ring, so there's 4 or 5. Max curl. Hit it 1 ring, maybe 2 rings, great on the right. So once again, I'm in that same deal. You can't hit it to the right. I've got plenty of room on the left. I could actually pull back a little. I'm gonna go watch that video, and what I could do is pull back a little bit from the red line, and where I'm coming through over here, I've got a better tip right here. So if I pulled back so that I'm not at the max club, maybe 1 ring back from it, maybe 2, I would open it up and I could probably hit a 2-ring grate to the right and a 2-ring grate to the left and still end up on the other side right down the middle. Then you'd be worried about distance. So if you hit it too much on the left-hand side, you could run out of fairway and get caught up in the rough. I think that's what I'm going to do on that shot, because that shot is there. You just can't catch a 2-ring grate to the right, and I've done it twice in a row now. I'm getting that stuff out of my system on the front, and then that where my opponent came in right there on the tip of that. That's what I'm talking about, trying to pull back a little bit more so that I come in more at that tip. Gives me more room on the right. Yeah, I'm in my nirvana, and I am definitely in that range. Wind is going to be a factor. Oh, total anticipation on my part. Total anticipation. Sometimes it locks in place when it goes into perfect. And I was anticipating that happening and it didn't. Anticipation. Total epic fails on the front 9. Picking one up, drop a shot on a par 5. Picked one up, dropped the shot on a par 4. Now I gotta go out and pick one up. Definitely not making this easy on myself. And these par 5s in this course are not, the other 2 par 5s are not tough, but they're inconsistent shots to try and get Albie. For me, I know a lot of people are getting Albie on them. It's just some people have there's some holes that I have a lot of luck on and that I just, for whatever reason, me and that hole get along. And those holes are not like the hardest holes in the game, but for whatever reason, they're not holes that want to give up Albie very often. Flat front 9. Played, had a good practice round. Just was out, just chilling. Getting it done. I made that shot on the hole we just had like 3 times in a row. Like replicated. It was like beautiful. And all I had to do was dial in the top spin. And the last 2 times, those grates to the right are killing me. Because the chip from up top is a whole lot easier to get eagle. All right, we're on hole number 6. Hole number 6, let's go look at it. And I'll tell you, hole number 6, going back and watching the videos, this is Sunshine Glades hole number 9. No, I guess it's hole number 7 I was thinking of. All right, this hole right here, I'm trying to get out into this range, coming in with my sniper, and I'm going to do... I'm going to bring a sniper. It seems like I'm in minimum club. And I should be doing 1.3 per ring. And I'm going to take off. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm taking off 5% of the wind. Just bear with me. Bear witness. If I hit that shot going into the cup perfect, it's going in the hole. And you go, dude, you did a minus 5%. What were you thinking? I'm gonna bring a Titan. Wind stuff here, I'm either going to hit it perfect or I'm not. So the wind is not going to be like that big of a deal at this point. And I have a handful of Titans. I'm not going to do any overpower. I'm not going to put the wind back in. I'm going to do anything special on the drive. I'm going to take the wind out. I'm going to treat it just like a normal drive. I'm not trying to get all the way out to the sand. I'm going to start off more towards that peninsula. It's 3-2. That's about a ring and a half. I can get squared up with the wind. I'm going to put some curl on it to flavor. Hitting it perfect. And goes right down the middle. So the reason I aim towards the sand and then put the curl on there is if you hit a shot great to the left, you want everything to go to the right. You want to end up on the right hand side of that, or right down the middle. So we don't want to end up out here. We don't want to clip through the rough and end up out there. So by putting the curl on there, I'm bringing it back to the middle of the fairway. So if I hit it great to the left, I gave myself 2 or 3 rings to the right. But with the curl on there, I really only gave myself 2 rings to the right. But by putting that curl on there, it gave me a couple rings to the left. If I hit it straight forward, I probably have 1 ring to the left and the right. And anything else could get me in trouble. It may clip through the rough and then end up just short, but it could get me in trouble. Again, should be right at minimum club. And the wind is 4.4 equals divided by 1.3. I want to be a little short. Okay, 4. It's right in that neighborhood right there. Ah! Caught a 1 ring great to the right. That was 4.4. 0.95 times 4.4 equals divided by 1.3. Should have been about 3 1/4 or 3.2, and I moved it about 3.3. And I hit it great to the right, so it looked like it was a little teeny bit farther to the right than where a 1 ring great to the right would put me in. That's because I slightly over pulled it. I went to plug the number in and I accidentally forgot to put the decimal point. So the math was jacked up. Into hole, eagle. All right, that was not the recovery shot that I needed. I'm going to have to recover on this next hole. I'm going to have to eagle out the rest of these in order to get back on track. Or I'm going to have to eagle alvear. I'm going to have to pick something up. I will forfeit. We will move on to the next hole. Move along, little doggy. All right, Andy. I'm playing Andy again. Excellent. Good luck in the tournament. That was hole number 6. Off to hole number 7. Hole number 7 is a par 3, and this hole right here, I went back and watched the videos on this hole, and this hole right here is... This is Glen Monarch hole number 6. And where I'm actually trying to hit in the rough, I'm on track. I'm on the right trajectory, but like I'm starting off, can't zoom in any closer, I'm starting off at the transition between this cut of the rough and this cut of the rough. I'm starting off way back here. I mean, like barely on the first cut of the rough. I'm actually thinking maybe, but where I'm hitting, I'm actually hitting in the front part. And that is kind of scary, because I could come right at this with a Guardian and do the backspin shot on it. And I am right at, where am I at in club? Taking a Marlin, I think I might be towards my max club. I think I might be minimum. Or min, yeah, minimum. Let's go look at it. I'm gonna take a Guardian. That rough bump, I love that rough bump on this hole, but I have had, I know that there's a wind adjustment here, but for whatever reason, with the way the wind's blowing or whatever the deal is, I'm getting pushed forward with that tailwind, and it's really affecting my landing spot. I'm gonna take I'll start off with a Marlin. I'm going to take a Guardian. We're just going to backspin it right to the hole. I'm going to do the same wind adjustment I was doing on the other one. Or what I was trying on the other one. for whatever reason, the last time we played this hole, my notes had I had a plus 15. So I started there just to see like how that responded to the wind, and it did not respond well. Like I over pulled it big time. So I went to a 0, and it seemed like I still over pulled it. So I'm going to try a -5, and my goal is to really hit it perfect. See where it ends up at the cup. My opponent's doing the bounce over. See if they can get it in the hole. Hitting a 2 rings great to the left. There is a funnel up there. I mean, if you can catch that funnel, even if you're way the hell off, if you catch that funnel, it'll bleed you right up to it. And this one, it does feed towards the cup. That's why that rough bump is such a good shot, because you can get up there. Four, 4.6 equals divided by 1.1 is 3.97 rings. So 4 rings. Do a 4 ring pull. Just try and hit it perfect. Oh, the flipping great to the right is killing me today. Killing me. Way too much speed on it, so I need to be back further from where I'm at, because it's not, the ball guide's not, especially with the tailwind, the ball guide's lying to me a little. I either need to be where I'm at and put on one more backspin, which is probably what I'll do. So I'll go back and watch that video, and I'll put on one more backspin. And I want to be that close to the hole. At some point you'll engage the backspin where the backspin will suck away from the hole. And so just taking that shot a few times, it'll just go right to the cup. It's a draw. That sniper rough bump though is money. I'm going to take that shot whenever we get it in, if we get shootouts. I will start taking that shot, because I want to get some of that on video. I want to make some adjustments and see what happens. Good luck in the tournament. That's hole number 7. Hole number 8. All right, we got another freaking test hole here. Let me go set up a bag. Then I'm just going to look at the hole. All I need is an Apocalypse and a Kingmaker. I can't get it done with that. And the last time I was here, I had something happen that I haven't had happen. I've taken this shot 4 times. And this is on Glen Monarch Estates, hole number 4. I've taken this shot 4 times. And 3 times I've ended up, I've done a max overpower curl shot. No hook, just the max overpower curl. And 2 rings off of this transitional surface with max topspin, max side spin, max curl, bringing it this way, trying to get over. And I hit out here, I hit out here. And then on the front side, in my on account, I hit in front of the sand. And it looked like, wow, I might actually overshoot it. And then the next time through, I did overshoot it, and I actually missed the rough entirely. And got right there and went through this and ended up actually shooting all the way over to the rough over on the other side. So it's super important we hit that rough. And what I didn't like is if I'm going to take just about a half a bar of topspin off. Let's go make sure one more time. Let's go make sure one more time. One more. All right, here we roll. See if we can get this hole done. I did not get the eagle on the mid par 4. So it's absolutely essential that I get the eagle here. So I'm going to be about a half a bar or less. fully extended 2 rings out. Take the wind out. It's 1.5 per ring. That leaves me 7. That's about a ring and a half. Max curl, max overpower. Hitting it perfect. And that little bit of topspin killed me. I think what happened was I had like a 4-4 wind, or over a 4-4 wind, and with that much wind I should have taken out, like with the wind that I had, I could have left all the topspin on. But if I had a bigger wind, I needed to take out a little bit more. This is all good information, for, especially for my notes themselves when I go back and look at it, because it'll really help in the weekend round, trying to get some of this stuff out, so that when you get on a hole like this where you're taking a shot like that, you know, like you have 100% confidence in it. You own that shot. Where the hell am I in my club? I'm way, there's max, there's mid, there's the 8. Man, I'm in the way deep. Hit it 2 rings great to the right, or left, excuse me. And it went 2 rings great to the left. It's been a tough run on those freaking, I've been in the rough areas. That's 3 holes. 3 holes in the front side that I had problems with, that I dropped, that I was supposed to pick up a shot. And I did pick up 1 shot. I did end up with a hole in one. So, trying to get the 15, you got to pick up all the par 4s and all the par 5s. You got to get the eagles. Dropping 3, that puts me at 12, and then picking 1 up, that puts me at 13. That's not a good front 9. That's not where you want to be. I think the weekend round, it's just, you've got to hit and you've got to execute. You want to have those shots as dialed in as possible, because you got to do it twice. So you want it to be a repeatable, whatever it is you're doing. You want to try and make sure you can build in some repeatability in it. Like, hey, I get that sometimes you got to do max overpower shots, and you're doing max curl, or you're doing a max overpower hook, or you're doing some deal, but having some method for trying to end up in the same spot every time. It's a draw. I'm going to play this hole because I don't think I have the right ball. No, I won't be able to. Will I get to the spot? There's min. There's max. So I'm at about mid. So that's about 1-2 per ring. .2 at 10. 2-4. I'm going to go just a little teeny bit over 2 rings. Oh, that was all me. My timing sucks. On those types of rough bumps, you can get such... You can't... On that particular type of shot, it's hard to learn anything at all when you don't hit perfect, because you're hitting in a different spot in the rough. So it's hard to know where you're going. I know it doesn't take that much topspin. Nicely done. Nice shot. Good luck in the tournament. Off to hole number 9 we go. Yep, that's what I'm on. I'm on a 13 track, so I still have some hope right here that I could pick up an Albie. So let's go to hole number 9. Let me pick a bag out here real quick. I'm going to take a rock and a sniper. Rock and a sniper. Let me erase some stuff on my calculator here. 1.1 times. That's all I need, and I need a katana. What is that? That's a, and I'm not really, well, side spin I am using the side spin. 232. What I can do in the weekend round is I can drop that down to a turkey ball and use a turkey ball there, a 212. The side spin will hurt me a little bit on the drive, but it won't. And I'm going to switch that up. I'm going to switch this to a quarterback. I've been taking the shot with a quarterback. It will hurt me a little on the drive because I won't have as much, I'll be able to get around the bend as much. But it'll still put me in a really, really good spot. And there are ways for me to get it around. I could cheat. I've been 5 rings of separation between the transition between the fairway and the rough, because it drops off really hard, and I count the drop off as part of the transitional surface. So from that drop off spot, I've been about 3 rings, and I could cheat a little in that area on the drive. I could probably go over to the other side and use backspin with a rock and a katana, like my opponent. They're using an extra mile 7. The deal is, I think the shot from the mound just going over is so easy, and you don't have to do anything, and your ending spot can be more consistent because you're not so worried about the wind. I'm going to put it all on. I'm going to cheat about a half a ring. 1.5. About a ring and a half. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. I'm just trying to get up there towards those shadows. The closer I can get to those shadows, the better. I can get in them. There we go. That puts me on a really nice line to the cup. We'll sit there forever while we watch the ball. So the farther you can get up there into those shadows and the farther you can get to the right, the more you open up this mouth so that this fairway area over here is completely like out of the picture. Like you got a full 5 rings of separation and you're just trying to come at it. So you've got an open, like it's almost impossible to tank that shot or end up in the rough or end up in a bad spot. You're going there. I have found that it runs out a little faster than the ball guide's saying. So the ball guide's lying just a bit. Doing 10%. I have no idea where I'm at in my club. I probably am going to be a minimum club. Oh, there's min. There's max. So I'm about mid club. So it's 1.5 equals divided by 1.1. About 1.5 rings. So I guess I'm at 1.5 rings. 1.5. So I guess it's a 1 for 1 since I'm doing a 10%. Oh! And I hit it great to the left. Freaking great to the left, great to the right, great to the left, great to the right. I have my speed right though. The ball guide was lying. See if my opponent can get in from here, or if they decided to go do something else. Let's check them out. 6,000 games. 261 million earned. I'm not sure how much I've earned. 274 million. How many games have I played? 10,000. Wow. I think if you did my average, I've probably played Tour 7. I've played probably the most of any other tour. Tour 6 is probably where my average is. I played a lot of the lower tours. Demo and tournament holes and playing tournament stuff and practicing for tournaments. Golf Clash. Da, 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 da. This one right here is. I'm gonna see if I can do the rough bump. There's min. There's max. There's mid. Kind of in between. We're in 2 top spin, 2 4, 2 9. Right at about a little shy of 3 rings. Now I started off dead center, middle of perfect of this. And you can see I damn near clipped the rough. the second cut of the rough, and that would have immediately killed the ball back there. Came right that close to it. And so in the tournament, it's pushing me forward about a half a ring with the tailwind. And here we had a little teeny bit of headwind. Not a lot, but with any kind of headwind, it's pushing me forward. See if my opponent can get in the hole. Hitting it perfect. Nice. Very nice. Good luck in the tournament. All right, that is not the front 9 that I was looking for, but that's the front 9 that I got. So that's how it works. How much time we got in the video? Oh, we got plenty of time. Got a minute. Look at that. All right. Dropped 2, and any one of the hole number 3 did not get the eagle on that par 5. Hole number 8 did not get the eagle on that par 4. Hole number, which one was it? One of those. One of the other ones there, I did not get. Hole number 5 did not get the eagle on that par 4. So 2 of the par 4s and a par 5 I did not get the eagles on, and that is a ground killer right there. Those have got to all happen. All right, that was the front 9 of the Riverside Open Tournament in the opening round of the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.